So here we are at Sattva campus in India after you just finished 4 weeks of tapas.
Yeah, when I found out that I am the Mara, because like they would like show it as like a demon, and that made sense to me. Like, okay, well, this is the craving Mara. This is the thing in my head that makes me crave all this stuff, like love and happiness and all of that. And when I put it as like the demon is me, but like when I'm in a suffering state, it changed my entire experience of like tapas, because it was like I can't blame anything anymore for why I'm the way I am or why I do things when I'm in a suffering state. At the end of the day, it's me, and I gotta make a choice to do something about it now, or I'm just gonna keep doing it. I remember I was just getting so like entangled in my thoughts throughout this, because that's what it does. It amplifies everything. Like, this experience is an amplifier. Any problem you have in the real world, and it's just like a small whisper. Here, it's a scream. And so, like, all my Maras in my head were just screaming at me. And I wanted to blame. I wanted to blame my dad for me being this way. I wanted to blame all the distractions in my life for being this way. And so when I found out I was the Mara, that's when I was like, wow, I can't blame anymore. It's it's just me at this point. And then I was like, how do I get rid of this? Like, that was the second part, where after finding out, okay, well, I'm the one who's creating my own suffering within. I'm the one who has this chaotic mindset with my Maras. How do I get rid of it? And that's when I realized, well, listening to them, they say, like, observe that you're suffering. So when it comes up, when your craving Mara's going crazy, saying, like, I need love, I need happiness, you have to slow down, you pause, and observe. That was a whole ride for me, just practicing that. And then from there, after you slow down, pause, observe, I learned one thing. This is a teaching that, like, whoa, this drove my journey, is a desire to end suffering. So, like, holding that desire with me while I'm going through the journey of tapas is what really helped set me free.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. You know, it's just such a gift, you know, in the busyness of our life, like all the distractions, all the chaos, all the activity. It's such a gift you gave yourself when you said even just to pause. Can you just give us a little experience of how you've been able to dive into the journey, allow yourself to pause, allow yourself to put your phone away, allowed yourself to put your Polaroid camera away, and to do all the activity. But then what was the gift? What was the gift of that? So what did it take for you to do that, and what was the gift?
I had such a hard time, like, throughout this journey with keeping focus and not going on my phone and not getting caught up in, like, distractions. I feel like it was kind of known that, like, okay, Brianna, she needs to be reeled in a little bit more, as I am 22 and I live in the US and I do social media and I love distractions and calling my friends and talking. And with this journey, you have to just pause all of these, like, pleasurable things. Like, you have to pause, like, the regular things you do in life that you don't realize brings you so much pleasure, such as talking. It's so easy to get so engrossed in a conversation. And what I learned from this is when you are doing all those things, it loosens your ability to stay focused. And I think when you're so self-indulgent in these, it's even harder to stay focused. And that's was my issue, is I love indulging in all the distractions of the world. So I'm sitting there during the course and learning what I had to learn, and I'm recognizing these things about myself that I wasn't recognizing before, because I wasn't slowing down, where I'm like, wow, I can't sit still. Like, I am fidgeting like crazy. And that's when I realized, like, focus is so important with this, and, like, really sticking to the Mona, which I had a harder time. This tapas was way harder for Mona. Keeping my phone away, keeping all that away, and just staying focused And like once I started to do that more, that's when I recognized that I'm not fidgeting as much and I'm capable of going through this journey. And the one thing that really made me like stay doing that was again the desire to end suffering. Like, okay, yes, I can indulge in all these pleasurable things and I can go talk and I can like lose this entire experience just to distractions. Very easy. And but those are just in the moment. Like I want long term. I want to not suffer anymore. Um, so I mean, I remember at times just sitting there meditating, like I want to fidget, I don't want to listen. Like literally, I get like fidgeting attacks, and then I just had a moment where I just paused and was like, Brianna, but I want to end suffering more. Like I want to end suffering within. Like this desire is stronger than the need to fidget and to talk and distract myself while it's so hard. So I just had to be like, breathe and just focus.
Beautiful, Brianna. I just so want to appreciate and acknowledge, your courage and your determination. And I was I was really marveling, the last day of tapas, we were in Eckham, and there was this moment when I was just observing you dancing. And it wasn't like you were dancing to music. It was almost like the music was dancing you. So I was really curious, what did you feel like during that time in Eckham after you'd finished these 4 weeks and you were moving around Eckham?
It's funny. I was like, because sometimes I really just dance to the own music in my head. um, well, I had this one experience last ACOM journey where I decided to finally just surrender and like let myself move to the music. And I found out that I wasn't controlling my body. It was like literally just like my body wanting to move. And it was so freeing, and like I remember I just started like crying and like just letting my body just move to the music. I was crazy like a kid. Like I was just like no rhythm, no beat. I'm just like letting it all just go. And then so ever since that one experience, I come back to Eckham the last day, which you saw, and it's like that experience has always been with me. Like now I have this ability where I can just let myself just fully go. And I can just let the music just control my body how I want it to go. And it really is just like my best moments of freedom, shall I say.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I'll always have that view of your freedom
Yeah.
in my heart,
Just rhythmless dancing.
Yes.
That is my
The
freedom.
rhythmless dancing. Beautiful. 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 So share with us too what your experience is just being here on campus at Sattva, like all the things that you love about, your room and the coffee and the the nature, whatever aspects of this that you love.
One thing about being here, like immediately you feel the energy and everything changes. Like I remember I was in the States and I was like, oh, I'm gonna move to LA, and like there's like literally the fires, like like I was like, oh, and I'm gonna be a successful influencer and I'm gonna do all these things, and then I come here and I'm like, those were not the right decisions. Like like a lot of times I will make decisions from a suffering state and I like will so be in it and I'll convince myself they're the right ones, and then I come here and then like just connecting to the energy of this place, I immediately recognize my true truth, not any suffering truth. And I just like feel like I have like a playground to like create when I'm here. I feel like I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna get so like it just feels like a creative outlet, like where there's endless opportunities, and like just waking up and like walking around and you just feel like the vibe, like holy moly, I'm in India, I'm at Sattva campus and I feel the energy of the campus and the people and the community, and it just wakes me up, like in the States I like have to drink a bunch of coffee and I'm groggy and I'm in a bad mood. Here I can just like, no coffee. I mean, I love the coffee here. It's so good. But, I still drink coffee, but as a example, I can just be like minimum food. Maybe I don't even have my coffee yet in the morning and still just feel like energized and ready to like work and inspire and create.
Beautiful. And even your sharing it brings it all alive too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, the other question I have is just your experience with Sri Krishna ji and Sri Preeti ji, or If there was something that you really wanted to share with them, what might that be?
First thing, so we know of them really well through our program, but for the people who don't, Shri Priyaji and Krishna Ji, they're like the Mukti gurus. How would you explain it?
Yeah, Mukti Gurus,
Mukti gurus,
which are teachers of enlightenment.
teachers of enlightenment.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting because like the first time when I saw them, people would be like, rise for Shri Krishna Ji, and they'd be like, do, 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 and there'd be like a song playing, and like everyone's like, oh, Krishna Ji, I love you, Krishna Ji, I love you, Krishna Ji. And as an American, it's not common in our culture to like really just pay your respects like that. Like we're not a respectful culture in that sense. And so I would see that and I'm like, what is going on here? Like, okay, this is a little weird. But then recently through doing my journey and actually personally like, getting a song out with Krishna Ji and like getting these amazing blessings that will change my life forever, I now want to be like, Krishna Ji, I love you, Krishna Ji. like, go do. Like, I get it. I get why you want to pay such like mass like respect. Like he'll walk in and I'm like, oh, like with the Indians and stuff, and like, because they really they created all this.
Yeah.
They're the creators, and it's such a blessing to be in their field and to connect with them. Like they really like have this immense power, and the more you indulge in the journey, you can start to feel it, and it's a gift to be in this circle with them. So I'm just really grateful for them and what they do, and like it's funny now I'm talking about them and I'm like, those people are so cool. Like they're amazing. Before I'd be like, ew, I don't want to talk about a guru, like, yeah. But now I'm like, no, like Krishna Ji is the ish. like mad respect to what he's done, create freaking ACOM and like all of this. It's just, yeah, it's really cool. So appreciate you. Thank you, Krishna Ji. I love you, Krishna Ji.
Beautiful.
And Preeta Ji, love her. Yeah, I can't forget her.
Yeah. Well, Tapas, he's mostly here, so
Yeah.
that's why he's top of mind. But for Field of Awakening, she's there. So, okay. So, what would you say to young people? And when I say young people, I mean probably like 30 and under. Of both what it takes to enter into a spiritual journey and why it's absolutely necessary now.
Spirituality is cool. It can be cool. We can make it cool. We have to make it cool. We are the next generation, guys. Like, I think the youth, this new generation, it's absolutely brilliant. Where how it can adapt to all these new technologies and be so fast at it and create all these brilliant things. Like there's some youth out here that are doing some amazing things. And then there's also some youth that are still like a byfactor of not so amazing things done to this world. Is byfactor the right term? Where one thing that I don't think is so amazing that's been done to this world is the addiction to social media and how it's increased so much and how we're just so on our phones all the time, and like we all lost connection in our age. We're the age that lost connection through social media, and that's why it's the most important for us to all be enlightened. And when I say enlightened, it's not like, hey, to follow this program and buy this thing and crave more, because that's what our generation has sadly been affected with, is all these gurus being like, this is my program and you better buy it and this will enlighten you, and like, you have a problem, you need to fix it, so buy this course. And we don't know anymore. We don't know what's right, what's wrong, because there's so much thrown at us. And that's what really is the sadness of like us losing connection. Is also there's a confusion too, because it's like all these people come on social media and they're telling you like, I'm the right person to sell you this course. No, we need to just all come together again without, oh, I'm right, I'm wrong, and more so like as in we're just one. And not in one as in we're all just one. One in, as in like, you're a human, I'm a human. How are you? Are you okay? No Mara's attached to it. And that's why I really feel like enlightenment is just the most important thing right now for all of us. And we can really do something good with this access we have to technology if we just all were able to slow down a little bit, get off our phones a little bit, and feel each other. Like really feel each other, because that's what phones have taken from us, is the ability to feel each other and connect. And Yeah, I think the loss of empathy too has been through social media because there's these people on like the pedestal, and then everyone wants to just hate on that person on the pedestal, which is an influencer. You see that when you scroll on your phone. And then there's like the comments on social media and like how the people just go back and forth, and like you're just wasting your entire day away. You're wasting all your emotion, all your connection, all your feelings, all your love, all your empathy. Like there's none of that there, and it's just we need to recognize how this is really just pulling us in, and it makes us robots, making us like AI robots, like where we're not thinking, and we're just like disconnected. We're just like, oh, I hate you on social media. You suck on social media. Because it's the only thing that gives us a feeling nowadays. Our only like natural source of feeling and like a hit of dopamine is through social media, and we need to learn that there's other ways to get that, and which is through enlightenment. You don't need to go and indulge your entire life on this app and comment on this person's profile and all that. You can go to enlightenment for that, and it's way better. It's a way better of a ride, I promise.
Beautiful. Yeah, one of the parts of the journey that has been so valuable, and not only for young people but also for us elders, is what we call astachala, but really sitting and being in nature. And so everything that you were just saying about social media is so powerful. And not only social media, but we're living in so much isolation,
Yeah.
and we're living inside. So tell me of your experience now being in nature, let's say before and now that you've been at Tapas, how being with the trees or being with the breeze or being in stillness and nature is also healing this part of disconnection that you were just talking about.
Nature can be my divine. Nature can be my form of God, because God like is talked about, and it's so scary nowadays. I don't know where it went wrong, where people hear God and they just freak out and they don't want anything to do with it in our generation. But it doesn't have to be that scary. It can just be something so simple as just being in nature. And that's what I realized. That's where I've been able to find connection again. That's where I've been able to just sit there and like feel. And like I've had moments now through this journey where I can just sit under my favorite tree. Like I have a tree I like. I have a tree that I have a connection with. Like this is so weird. Who would have thought? Like more of a connection that I have with my phone, because I recognized too also throughout this journey where I did 2 weeks no talking, no phone. Well, not this time talking, but no phone and just straight meditating, that I had such a crazy connection to my phone. And when I got it back after those 2 weeks, I felt my phone and the connection wasn't there. Like there was no energy tied to it. And now I'm recognizing I can have that energy tie with a tree instead of my phone. Like I can love this tree in the way I love my phone. And being able just to sit under my favorite tree with the energy tie that I've created to it has been such a nice outlet to have when things go wrong, or when I just need a breather or I need space. I just go back to that tree, and the energy tie's still there, and I'm just one with my best friend, my tree.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, this 4 weeks is complete, and I know you're staying here another week. And I just want you to know that I'm very, very proud of you. Uh, there's not a lot of people, Brianna, who have the kind of courage to really become free of things in your life that have been challenging, and not to hold on to them and realize now at 22, I'm now 70, had my birthday while I was here, but you have years and years and years of nourishing this freedom, of living this freedom, of contributing the opportunity of this freedom to so many people. So just thank you for your generosity and your courage, your beauty, and now this beautiful state of stillness within you.